Hi, my name is Perla Contreras, and my art appreciation slideshow is based on the life and the works of the famous art impressionist Vincent Van Gogh. The mini biography that I wrote based on his life and work starts off with him being born on March 30, 1853. He is known to be one of the greatest post-impressionist painters, and his works were widely known for their beauty, emotion, and their color schemes, although they are also known because of the emotion and the depiction of his own life and feelings within his paintings. He came to be known as one of the greatest Dutch painters, and although he was a wonderful artist, his works were not recognized until after his death, which was thanks to his sister-in-law, Johanna. And he also struggled with mental illness for a great part of his life and died on July 19, 1890 by a self-induced gunshot. And on the picture on the right, that is a picture of Vincent Van Gogh. His early life. Vincent Van Gogh and his family struggled financially a lot. And because of that, he had to make the decision whether he was going to go to school or he was going to help out. And he decided he was going to help out. And because of that, he dropped out of school at the age of 15 and decided to go work with his uncle in his art store. He later became a fan of the writings of Charles Dickens, and he also later met and fell in love with his landlord's daughter. And after he proposed to her, he got rejected. And because he got rejected, he had a severe meltdown, which caused him to devote himself or have the idea to devote himself to his religious life. And he had the idea that he wanted to become a minister. Although after he taught the classes and had the classes, he did not get accepted into the life of a minister. His art beginnings. In 1880, Vincent moved to Brussels to go achieve his goal, which is become an artist. And his brother Theo actually supported him a lot because he told him he would be there and he would also support him financially until the time being. He also began with little knowledge of art and took many lessons, classes, and read books. And he began to grow fascinated by Impressionist art as he was fascinated by the colors and light that was used in the paintings. And because his brother lived in Paris during this time, his fascination increased because during this time, the Impressionist art was very, very relevant in Paris, which increased his fascination. He also began studying with Henry and Camille Pissarro and many others. His accomplishments. He had many accomplishments during his time period of life and after, and he actually made more than 2,100 pieces of art, although the majority of his paintings consist of oil paintings, watercolor paintings, drawings, and sketches. Some of his pieces have been ranked to be some of the most expensive pieces of art found in the world, although not every one of his pieces have ever been found. The painting on the right is the painting of is called the Painting of Irises by Vincent Van Gogh. This particular painting was sold for $53.9 million. Two of his famous paintings are shown left and on the right. The left is The Starry Night and is oil on canvas. The Starry Night is one of his most known works that was painted while he was in France in 1889. This painting was based on his outside view of the countryside, and he actually wrote a letter to his brother Theo about this depiction of the countryside, and that's why we see all of these lines, all of the mountains behind, and he showed us his techniques and styles by showing us the swirl as the sky. The second picture is Sunflowers, and it was also oil on canvas. This painting in particular is actually one of the two series of sunflower paintings that Vincent painted in August 1888 and January 1889. His legacy. Although Vincent Van Gogh had a really large legacy, I tried to sum it down, and I started off at the beginning, which starts with Johanna, Theo's wife, which was his sister-in-law. She was very interested and fascinated by Vincent's art style and techniques and his works. And after his death, she began to collect all of his art pieces that she could find. Mostly since they were all owned by his mother, and they were very hard to find because she decided that she would throw some of the paintings away or she would store them, but they mostly got lost or thrown away. And on March 17, 1901, 71 of the found paintings that had been collected were presented in a show in Paris, and they were admired by many, which led to his name becoming one of the most influential artists of all times. In his honor. In Vincent van Gogh's honor, in 1973, the Vincent van Gogh Museum opened in Amsterdam in order to show his pieces to the public. The museum holds more than 200 paintings, 500 drawings, and 750 letters written to his brother Theo. This museum is found in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. His most known story. One of the most craziest and known story based on Vincent van Gogh's life is the story of his missing heir, and because of that, it is in question if it was true or not, but in question it is true. He really did cut off his ear. It is said that he went to a brothel one night and told one of the prostitutes that he would pay her, but he offered his ear instead of as a payment and told her to take care of it and treasure it. And I think it was later found, but although it wasn't in a very great condition. These are my citations. I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and thank you for listening.